Piscator. Hey everyone, and welcome to Piscator UK. I'm going to be fishing a bait today, a strip bait, and the bait I've chosen is Sandeel. It's a Sandeel fillet. The reason I like the Sandeel is they're all sort of uniform, same size, they're nice slithers, there's no extra cutting. You do have to fillet them right enough, which can be fiddly, but I'll go through that process. So how I like to prepare the Sandeel strips, or like I said, you can use mackerel, herring, bluey. I prefer to use frozen Sandeels, and I use a medium-sized Sandeel, and it gives you this size fillet, which is probably about 10-11 centimetres long. I take the Sandeels out the freezer and I let them defrost just a little bit, so they're still semi-frozen. That way, when it comes to filleting, they're really easy to fillet. If you let them defrost totally and they're all soft, you will find it much more difficult to fillet the Sandeel. Now obviously if you're using mackerel etc, it's a lot easier, you just cut them into strips of the size that you want, bluey, herring etc. Once I've got the Sandeels filleted, dab off any excess moisture, and I then prepare another layer of paper towel. I put a thin layer of coarse sea salt onto the paper towel. I then layer the fillets, the Sandeel fillets or mackerel fillets, on top of the coarse sea salt, nicely spaced out, not touching. And then I put a layer of sea salt over the top. I normally put a plate or something on top just to flatten them out, and I put them in the fridge overnight or 24 hours. And then the fillets are nicely firmed up. They're easier to put on your hook, and also when you're out on a fishing session they don't deteriorate through the day, and you can fish with them all day. Because of the salt, the moisture's been obviously withdrawn from the fillets. It just makes for a better bait fillet to handle and to fish with, and obviously they last longer. And once they're done, you can keep them in the freezer for as long as you want. You can, prepare batches ahead of time so they're ready for your season. And also, when you finish your session, if you're going on a session, you take how many fillets you think you're going to use, and if you overdo it, take too much. Because of the sea salt and the moisture that's been obviously taken out of the fillets, they do last. So you can go home, you got any fillets left over, pop them back in the freezer, and they're ready for your next session. So a versatile bait to use just by salting them. So that's probably about 15 casts I've had with that one bait, and it's holding up beautifully. Just because of the salt content, it's really stiffened the flesh up. That's a fish. That's a nice fish. It's showing its power now. Isn't that just a beautiful sound?